If someone chooses to not accept that there was abduction in Chibok, there is nothing you can do about that person. Initially, when the abduction happened, people were asking for names. We provided names. They started asking for, okay, if these names are correct, where are their parents? My name is Dr. Allen Manasseh. I am the Media and Communication Director of the Chibok community. It's difficult to describe the feeling of passing through trauma consistently without end for 7 years. And it will be even easier for me to talk or to say something regarding the trauma or pains of the abduction in Chibok as compared to those that have carried these girls in their womb as mothers, or those that have been, watching their daughters growing up into young women, going to school, paying their school fees, and at the verge of completing school, then they were whisked away by a terrorist group, and then you started counting day 1, day 2, day 3, and now you are at 2,557 days of Chibok girls abduction, which is 7 good years. And it's a different thing for you to know that, okay, yes, your daughter is dead, or and she's not coming back, which means you have a closure. But in a situation where you know that your daughter is in the hands of nihilists with apocalyptic ideologies, people that can kill, can maim without of any sense of empathy or sympathy, you will not have peace. And that is what makes it difficult to actually describe the pains of the mother. For me, it is a feeling of frustration and anger, because we are dealing with a group of terrorists that have taken young girls in a government school, under government, in a state that was supposed to be under state of emergency. There was a video of proof of life. Initially, Nigerian government did not even believe that the girls were alive, as if they were killed, because they wanted to dance to the narrative of the terror. We said, no, the girls were alive. And then there was a proof of life video where the insurgents released and the girls were begging for the government of Nigeria to get them back via, swap with terrorists. And we told them, yes, these are the same girls that you said they don't want to come back. They are not alive. They have been married off. You can see them now asking to be rescued. And that was how we got the 21. The government have not just the use of military alone to get the girls back. They have the use of negotiation. They have the combination of both the negotiation and the use of military forces, armed security forces. And that was done. And we got another 4 that escaped on their own. And later we got another 82 via negotiation, which means we got 107 of the girls back. That's a big number. And that, we can say, is as a result of consistent advocacy, consistent putting pressure on the government, consistent calling on global network and government to support Nigeria and secure the girls. If someone chooses to not accept that there was abduction in Chibok, there is nothing you can do about that person. Initially, when the abduction happened, people were asking for names. We provided names. They started asking for, okay, if these names are correct, where are their parents? We call all the parents together. We sponsored them and brought them to Abuja. And when we brought them, people say, how sure are we that these are not hired thugs? So there are people that you cannot even convince them. And even among those that were saying this thing, they were sitting governors. I could still remember them. They were sitting governors that were part of. I could remember one of these prominent people from South. I asked her, how can one small unknown community even have up to 200 girls in one school? And I responded to him, because we were on a television, and I responded to him. I said there were more than 4,000 children schooling in that school. 3,000 plus were part of the Form 1 to Form 5 that were on holiday. Those that were writing the WAEC exam in that school, registered to sit for that WAEC, were 503. And at the point of that attack, we have close to 300 people that were in that school. Some of them escaped 267 were the ones that were able to be, caged and taken away by the terrorists. So there are people that you can actually not, there is nothing you can say that will change their narrative, because up to now there are people that don't even believe Jesus Christ is existing. So there is nothing you will be able to tell them. What we know is, for those that have empathy, for those that knows what nation building is all about, no life of citizen will be taken lightly and then treated as inconsequential. The girls were not consulted before they were abducted. Their parents were not consulted before they are abducted. Even if the Chibok girls' parents and the Chibok girls were part of those who conspired to abduct them, they should be brought back. That is the function of a government. And that means the responsibility of a government is to secure people and their property, the citizens. There are a lot of frustrations. If you remember, even the abduction was not accepted as reality by our government. And the burden of proving that yes, there was abduction was even laid on our shoulder. The members of the Chibok community, the Bring Back Our Girls movement, were fighting to prove to government that yes, this abduction was a reality. It wasn't hoax, because a lot of people, very competent, credible people holding credible position of even governors and some civil society leaders. For us, the success is drawing attention and focus, concentration of not just our government as the government of Nigeria, but the global community at large, to concentrate and to bring resources, capacities together to ensure that the issue surrounding the Chibok girls have not been swept under the carpet. So our advocacy ensure that it is sustained on the front burner of our national and international discourse. That is a success number one. The second one is the pressure on government and the refusal to accept that yes, to accept the narrative of the insurgents saying the girls have been married off. The girls don't want to come back. And we said no, the girls did not agree to be abducted. So they must not agree to be brought back. So they should be forced to brought back even if they don't want to be brought back.